We recently finished the farmhouse table my granddaughter selected as a housewarming gift. There's a link in the description below to the video about the finished project. In this video, I'd like to share some of the highlights of the build process. The first thing I did was draw plans in SketchUp so that I could determine the sizes of all the parts. Then I bought 10 12-foot long 2x12 southern yellow pine boards. I later went back for 2 more. After cross-cutting to rough length, the pieces were ripped, jointed, and planed to finished width and thickness. The tops for the bench and table are fairly normal panel glue-ups using dowels. I'd made my third dowel jig for this step, and there's a link below to the video about it. I chose to glue up one joint at a time. This took a little longer, but I was not in any hurry on this project. I made and used a router sled to correct a little unevenness in the panel after glue up. I also have a video about the router sled. Both pieces were finished off with breadboard ends. These were pegged into place and glued only at the middle peg. The pedestals, feet, and stretchers were all made by gluing 2 thicknesses of 1.5 by 3-inch boards together. Here I'm gluing the upper and lower stretchers. The shorter length on the glue-up will fit between the pedestals. I'm effectively joining the feet and stretchers using lap joints. Here I'm using dowel jig number 2 to drill holes all the way through the stretcher and into the foot. I check to make sure these pieces are square. Note that I'll also clamp them to the work table. The same dowel jig is used to drill holes in the end of the pedestal. This whole process is then repeated for the other end and then for the upper stretcher. Now the pedestals are glued to the upper and lower stretchers. Once those glue joints have dried thoroughly, I start on the braces. These are all just glued and clamped at this point, and I make sure not to apply so much clamp pressure that it affects the alignment of the stretchers. The next day I drilled 2 holes in each end of each brace. Dowels are then glued in and plugs are added that can be cut off flush and sanded smooth. The upper and lower feet are glued to the stretchers using the dowel holes that were drilled previously. The doubling pieces of the feet and the end of the stretchers are also glued on. And finally, the remaining 8 braces were attached and doweled in place. Small 1-inch pads were added to the feet. The edges were all rounded over, everything was finished sanded and painted. I think it turned out pretty nice. I hope you liked this video. Check the description below for links to the other videos, and please subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.